The championship is now tantalizingly close in the last 3 rounds of the IWTR World Formula Series Season 3. We're here for the round 12 of 14 races calendar. It's here for the Japanese Grand Prix at the Suzuka circuit. I'm still your host, your commentator Pauser, as this is now another crucial step for the remaining contenders for the championship, as we've seen from the last round that we have almost the entire grid still in the hunt of the championship. Now we're only just left with 11 people left. Now, without further ado, let's have a go with the track info of this historic Suzuka circuit. This track located at the city of Suzuka, Mie, Japan. It is a 5.8 km circuit of 3.6 miles, 18 corners, 8 to the left and 10 to the right. F1 comes here since 1987 and then through 2006 until they missed the Suzuka circuit 2 years to go into the Fuji Speedway. Then they came back 2009 and through all the way to 2019. But 2020, we all know what happens, that the pandemic halted the situation and pretty much halted the world's doing, yeah. But they will be coming back to the Japanese circuit in 2022 later on this year for Formula 1. Previous winners, there's only one that we did in last season, that was Simon Witt, who will start in the mid-pack of this race. And as we see here at the Japanese circuit, you see it is a first ever sunset race for the IWTR history. We do the night race back at the Bahrain International Circuits. That's probably the first night race that we ever done as well in the history. So it is going to be quite interesting because well, it is 5 PM local time here at the Japanese circuit, so this could mix things up quite a bit. So we'll see what will happen and what it will bring us for the actions that we'll have. Meanwhile, for the championship update for both the drivers and the constructors championship, it is just getting super close for the top 2 in the drivers championship. As you see right here, Mitch Johnson is now only just 2 points in front of Sepp Plebs, but today he will be starting in 3rd place. So this is gonna be very feisty. But meanwhile, his rival Sepp Plebs, he will start 9th today. But yeah, he only just trailing by just 2 points behind Mitch Johnson. And you can see Zori Petrojan, after that win at the last round at Turkey, now he moves up, actually not Turkey, Monza I meant. He now moves up into 3rd now, with only just 13 points behind, which is just really close now for the championship hunt. Freeman Pilch also scored points in the last race as well. He scores 5th place. I mean, he gets only 90, now totals at 90 points. And Akotini Pavona, Paz Glazers, Livin Pasalic, they didn't fare quite well in the Monza circuit at the Italian Grand Prix. Simon Witt as well, getting a podium last time around, and moves him up to 8th place. He still have a shot for the title, but he needs quite a miracle to go for it. But there you can see Tim Anderson and Luca Farina just barely ekes into the championship picture. But yeah, as you can see, only 11 drivers left, and now Noah Tuamela, Walter Wagner, Flunger Wilson, Henry Jack, Flunger Wilson, they're all knocked out from that race. Even though you could see there is, Jafari Blackwood getting his first podium in his 2nd race, replicating what Livin Pasalic done in the German Grand Prix back in round 4. But now it seems though it's all to play for there for these 11 drivers. But it's actually 10, because Alex Nazzani is not with us. Is not within the team and not in the championship hunt anymore, so that's only left us with just 10 drivers. In the Constructors' Championship, it is, I would say, getting really close now for the Sauber and Red Bull. They both are trailing, have a difference of 16 points between each other. But from 3rd below to 7th, you can see here, McLaren, Ferrari, Toro Rosso, Force India, and Lotus. They all have a very close scores, but McLaren seems to have a upper head in 3rd place, 137 points, just only 1 point in front of Ferrari, which is they score a win with Azerbaijan, as previously mentioned. He's now getting the teams a whole lot of points. That is only just 25 though, but that puts him up in 4th, just only 1 point behind McLaren. But now you can see on the midfield, you can see Manor, Williams, and Mercedes. They've been knocked out from from that last race at Italian Grand Prix. But pretty sad to see Mercedes not even living up to their form, living up to the expectations, and plus also with Williams, they were doing okay in the season 2, but in the season 3 they just really flopped off, I would say. And then you also Manor as well, just couldn't do anything that it could help them up to the championship picture. But that is it for the Constructors' Championship and the Driver Standings update. Now, big news, I have never expected this to happen. Normally in Formula 1 you weren't allowed to switch car chassis from your teammates, but somehow in this series it does work somehow, but it only works once. Because why I'm saying this, because Sedenkaya and Adiabakis both have swapped their car chassis now, so that means Sedenkaya you will see as number 6 now, and Adiabakis you will see as number 44, replacing Sedenkaya, of course. So now they were in the different cars now, and they have to adjust the different setups now for their own like. Which, this is the most weirdest things I've ever seen. But it's only allowed for once, and we'll just see how much it will help them throughout the last 3 rounds of the championship. Even though they're knocked out of the championship, they still want to end on a solid note, I think. So, without further ado, everybody, let's head into the formation lap and the starting grid of the Japanese Grand Prix. As you see here, we'll start at 5 PM. As we mentioned earlier, it is 5 PM local time right now. The sun is going down through the mountains, so we will see some interesting battles here. The visibility would be okay, if not, it's not gonna be as a little bit of a no visibility, but I think it's still pretty good. So let's have a look at starting grids. Jafari Blackwood take pole position in this his 3rd race of his career. He already starts on pole, and Perman Peltro lines up 2nd place. Mitch Johnson and Agati Vivone will lines up in 2nd row. Otto Wagner and Zedenkaya will lines up in row 3. Flandre Wilson and Azerbaijan will line up in row 4. Row 5, there's one of the championship contenders. There's Plebs in 9th place. Sam Bit lines up in 10th place. Tin Anderson will lines up in 11th place. Luca Farina lines up alongside him. Slacko Dobu Zaujevic will lines up in 13th place, and Matthew Falcon lines up 14th. Adiabakis and Dylan Hope, they will line up in row 8. Row 9, it's Livin Pasalic and Noah Miller. And rounding out the field is Henry Chakra and Panos Blazers, who didn't set any lap times at all in the qualifying session because of having some issues with the qualifying setup for his car. That puts him to start behind the grid. As we see here, the wings you see on the front, Don't worry about it. I think that probably because of the graphics issue, but it's gonna look pretty weird as it happened. This is for the graphics issue, I think. That you can see there when it closes up to the camera, the wings will appear, but when they come off, the yeah, you could see there it looks really weird, as you say there, the Red Bulls, but they do have wings intact though, so yeah, a little bit of invisible wings going on here. But they won't have any issues about it, but hopefully they won't have any issues about it. So the other guys were doing fine, such as like Pat Glazos, Tuomela, and you see the Williams and the Mercedes. They all are doing fine, but except the McLarens, the Toro Rosso, Red Bull, and the Sauber actually doesn't have any problems. The McLaren, yeah, do have some problems with the graphics issue. So I apologize about that. We'll fix it on the next race. This is actually the first time that we tried to do a race with sun going down, so it might cause a little bit of issues, but I hope that won't interfere the race that much, I would say. So here goes now. Every car is now coming down onto the grid now, as this formation lap now will end soon. There it is. Jafari Blackwood lines up in pole position for the first time in his career. I have no idea what to say, but yeah. But could he convert that pole position into a win this race? He already have great performance in the last race at Italian Grand Prix at Monza, finishing second behind the Ferrari of Azerbaijan, but now it is game on for him. So let's see what will happen. Oh, and what on earth? The safety car comes into the pit lane. We saw this in the Turkish Cup. The medical car comes into the pit lane. I don't know what's going on with him. But anyways, here we goes. 5 set of red lights here at the Suzuka circuit, and we're underway for the Japanese Grand Prix. Blackwood gets a good start from approach now down into this first corner. It goes really wide. He's slamming, almost hitting his teammate. But now it is Blackwood into the lead, Mitch Johnson into the second place, but then you can see Bivona up into fourth, and there's side-by-side actions there, sending Koya. Oh, there's a lot of cars coming off the track. No, and ooh, the man there hits on the side of somebody. I think it was a Matthew Falcon. Yep, I think it is. It is Matthew Falcon hitting the side. Oh, and that's a big slam on the side there as well. Brown's gonna got hurt that from that as well, I think. But everybody seems to go fine. No crashes at all. Okay, now I'm gonna have to crash at safety. Well, I think that would be enough. I guess. Here we go, Kaya now moves up into 8th place. He's been pushed by the Flanger Wilson on the backside. Yellow flags coming in. I don't think there's anything happened. The deer back has lost the wing. Oh, after all these times. Are you kidding me again? He's coming to the. Oh, that's the interference at the front, which is. Yeah, who slowed down at the front. There you see, I think it was the McLarens. Yep. Oh, man. I mean, nothing he could do there for Diabakis. Okay. That'll do. Blackwood leads from Mitch Johnson, Pilch in 3rd, Bivona in 4th, Wagner in 5th. You see Simon Witt in 6th place, still scrambling on the back there. You can see Anderson and Olivia Pasalic. But this track is quite tough to pass, but they're here now, Farina alongside the Force India of Brown. Brown still staying ahead. But there you see there, Diabaka's on behind there. Dylan Ho makes a move on the inside. No, he keeps on in. Manos Glazos now tries to come back. Get a 2-car move into turn 1. And he does clear both of those guys off up into 17th now for Manos Glazos. The luck's never changed for the Mercedes, that Mercedes guy there at Diabaka's. Even though they try to change the cars, that's because, well, they want to change the luck. They want to change their chances of trying to get decent points. But for Diabaka's, that may be not the case. But for Ankaya, he's up to 8th. He started 6th. He's in a good position to score points, though. But as I've mentioned, that the track is really difficult to pass, especially with this car package. So there weren't a lot of straights. There were a couple of straights that you could go, such as this coming off the spoon corner. But still, there isn't any opportunities to pass. Maybe there's Aaron Kyle. He looks on the inside of 130R. No, wasn't enough. Looks to have a go on Zora Bidujan, but wasn't enough there. Now here it goes. This is Prima Pilch in 3rd place. Still right behind his teammate, but I mean, nothing he could do there. But still, he's gonna try to maintain that position as much as possible. But Sepp Plebs, meanwhile, he's currently in 9th place. I think he might want to gain the position when he was trying on a pit stop strategy. This is more a pit stop strategy game. All they're saying, Kaya losing a bit of control. That gives a chance to Sepp Plebs round the outside. He goes now to this tough corner. I think he does get the move done. Plebs up into 8th place, caught napping there. I think Ankaya made a mistake coming off coming off the S's curbs. Or you can see Ankaya looks to try to move on the hairpin, but I don't think that will work. So Plebs up into 8th place. Ankaya drops back 3 positions from his starting spot now. Flunger Wilson as well dropped 3 positions as well. I think because of the start of that shenanigans that I think that will happen. So you see now Tim Anderson now holding on dear life on Henry Jack. Brown makes a move up into 13th. But Anderson trying to come back on the outside. No, wasn't enough. He looks on the inside on 130R now. Down the inside goes. No, wasn't enough. And there you see now Farina might took a chance there down the inside. No, still not enough. Farina, but he's really close on Tim Anderson now. But you can see this straight could be a little bit of opportunistic move here. Farina down the inside to turn 1. No, wasn't enough. He gone wide as well. That might cost him a little bit of a time. Now goes into 50. Still stays in 15th place. The most positions gained at this point is Livin Pasalic. For those who joined the premiere or watching it playback, you might notice that the wing, where the hell is wing on, that's okay because of the graphics not coming up as it is usually to be for the front wings, but they still have front wings intact though, so please don't worry about that. So meanwhile, back at the front though, Jafari Blackwood holds a comfortable 1.3 second gap to him and Mitch Johnson, Prima Pilch as well. But they're not making any progress there. They're just stuck behind there between each other. Akadin Bavona as well seems as though not even catching up to the front. The only chance that he could catch up is via the braking points, I think. Here we go now. Prima Pilch is just right behind on his teammate. You could see getting a slipstream, getting a lot of tow there. Down to about a couple of tenths. Simon Vitt takes the fastest lap time. Now Sepp Plebs gets through 140.489. Remember that Jafari Blackwood sets the fastest lap time of anyone else, 138. So that could be a pace advantage here for Jafari Blackwood, but now he's looking. You can see the gap is closing down to about a second. Last lap it was about 143, so it's only just under a second now. So you see Simon Vitt also pushing hard to get through, to get close to Walter Wagner. Same goes with Petrosian as well, as he needs to move up into a couple more spots. Plebs as well, he needs basically most crucial points. 21 laps. We're now in lap number 5. Actually, number 5 of the race. 7 minutes gone by for the time being. It's now 8 minutes. Zed and Kaya still on the points position. Flonger Wilson as well. Livin Basale, meanwhile, 8 tenths behind Flonger Wilson. Let's have it on board with him. Here it is. Currently sits in 7th place. He didn't score any points in the last race, but he has 72 points, which is pretty far off from the championship leader, Rich Johnson. Speaking of which, and Akativi Bona sets the fastest lap time. Now Nkaya sets the fastest lap time for 140.405, but then Brown comes back with 40.392. It's setting even more tone there, but yeah, Pasalic still in 11th place. That's a little bit of a cool onboard there through the SS curves. And you see Nkaya is just slowing down quite considerably. He's quite slowing down considerably. I think maybe just to keep the cars intact on the track. Now you see Zorbijan, he only makes up 1 position in his entire race. But you see now Plebs is playing a catch-up role here. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem here for him. So now the field is getting closer and closer and closer now. So it goes out Petrosian. Comes around the spoon curves and then not doing decently coming off that corner, but then here goes now Plebs. A second behind, only just half a second behind now. You see the field speedometer coming up now. So any of newcomers that are watching this series for the first time here at the Japanese Grand Prix, the fuel is you're allowed to refuel the car. That might not be the case in real life Formula 1, but in this series it do. Jafari Blackwood sets the fastest lap time. Prem Pelch, a 140.017, now almost getting to the 113 regions. 139 regions now. But you see there, a couple of seconds behind. Now it's back to 1 second once again. Now Jafari Blackwood, he's going to the pit stop early in this lap. He's playing safe there, Prem Pilch. And I think, yeah, Jafari Blackwood, he probably gonna look to undercut Mitch Johnson. Johnson, he's staying out for 1 more lap, I assume. There he goes now, rounds into this corner. Seems pretty fine. But you see there, Bivona also in good to the pits as well. But they're gonna have to watch out for the pit lane because it's a little bit ridiculous, I would say. Oh, there he goes, Simon Vitt. Oh, try to overtake Petrosian overtakes Simon Vitt. Yeah, there he goes. Makes a move done. Caught napping there, down the inside he goes. And there you see Vitt almost being overtaken by Sepp Plebs as well. So Vitt says, I'm not giving up that easy. I'm not giving you that position that up easy. But you see Vitt he will go to the pits in this lap. There you see Plebs alongside Vit now into 130R. I think Plebs probably have more advantage there. Oh, slight contact! But still, and that might give the position now to Ankaya straight through into 8th place. But he's pitting next lap, so better be careful with it. Oh, it's gonna be incredible now, side by side there. Petrosyan and Plebs alongside each other. It's gonna be almost a 3-wide here into turn 1. Ngaya looks to have a go on round the outside, but it wasn't enough. Plebs up into 2nd, Petrosyan up to 3rd. Ngaya now into 4th, and then you see alongside there's Drobozaujevic and Basalik. They're alongside each other. They're literally fighting each other at this point. And then Tin Harrison may also come into the play as well, but he slowed down quite severely there. You see Blackwood comes out in front of Pilch, and you see Bivona, Wagner, Witt, Browns, Wilson, Tuamela and Dylan Hobbs. They're all pitting there. And then you see Adiabak is all alone there in 20th place. The luck's probably never changed for them, I think. But we're not going to tarnish him anymore, just let him race, I guess. Mitch Johnson still staying out in front, but let's see if he could stay in front. But the most crucial part is, if you're going to come out of the pit lane, make sure to don't crash your teammate or the other cars, because that will be a chaotic event that will be occurring there. Yeah, let's just hope that thing wouldn't happen. So lap 8 out of 21. Mitch Johnson still staying in the lead. Had a considerable amount of gap between him and Sepp Plebs. And Petrosyan as well. See a lot of smoke coming off that 130R corner. People just taking a look inside a little bit high onto that corner. Here we goes now Mitch Johnson into the pit lane. Here comes Sepp Plebs into the pit lane as well. Mitch Johnson, he will pit stop in this pit box. Here he goes. Everybody. So it's about going to be 7 seconds, but he's being held up by one car. Oh, he almost wrecks out the Williams as well. And there you see now, it is Serenkaya who just get up in front of Sepp Plebs and Petrosyan. Here he comes now, Pyramid Pilch. And Blackwood will stay in front of him, but no! And that's Mitch Johnson. Oh, there's going to be more contact there. Simon Witt. 2 cars gone off. The championship leader has crashed against his teammate. We've literally just spoken about it a couple of seconds ago. And yeah, the worst thing that you could do is holding up your teammates, and that is what happened to Mitch Johnson there. Oh, that was brutal wreck. Brutal. That was the most brutal wrecks. But there you see here he comes now. You see there is Simon Witt in that was I think P19. Yeah, he was on the outside. He hit the wing. Oh, wow. He got hit by the wing. That caused him to crash into the Sauber. Thankfully, nobody hit him anymore. But man, that is the championship leader is out of the race, and Simon Witt as well in the dramatic way. Now that's going to hold the situation on the championship on now, as it is standing right now. Walter Wagner losing, I think, the front wing. Yes, he is. So, oh my goodness me, Prem and Pilch! Not just one Sauber car, it's now 2 cars for Prem, 2 cars for the Sauber. That gets the worst luck. What on earth even happened here? So it looks as though, I think it was Sepp Plebs trying to go into. Well, that just straight up wrecked him there for Sepp Plebs. That's just straight up. Yeah, you can see here it goes now. I don't know if it's I think it probably is. Oh, never mind. It's not Plebs. It's Bivona. Looks on the inside of Prem and Pilch. I think he may go a little bit too late here, because you could see here Pilch trying to make into the corner, but Bivona still decides to go for it, and that sends Prem and Pilch cars up and over. That's a massive wreck there for Prem and Pilch. And that is going to be caught out by a lot of drivers now, and I think he's going to come out and rejoin just in front of Dobro Zarjevic. And I think Dobro Zarjevic, he would overtake him pretty easily here into the hairpin. Oh, Pilch still holding him up. But now it is all going now. Here we goes now. We hope now down the inside into 10th place. Oh, he pushes out the Ferrari of Walter Wagner. I think he had a damage there. Man, look at Matthew Falcon just sending it on the spoon curve. Oh, but he lost all the positions that he gained. But shit, that was one worthy of a try there, man. Falcon. But now, Seamus though, there you can see Dylan Hope, but the most dramatic of them all, you could see there, Seren Kaya is now in the podium spot now. That is just utterly incredible. He just survived all the wrecks. But that's just only the first round of pit stops. There will be another round of the pit stops, so it might not be over yet for the Mercedes driver. Could his luck even continue to go further, or even going down? But now, it stands right now here. Jack Brown's a little bit slowed down. I think he might caught up in some kind of wrecks there. I think he might caught up with a little bit of a struggling with the tire temperature. But he's still staying 5th, but he's 14 positions up from his starting spot in 19th. That is just enormous there for Henry Jack Brown. That might be benefit for him, for those two Sauber drivers being contact. But yeah, there it is. Akatini Bivona and Prem and Pilch incident will be under investigated after the race. So yeah, I don't think Bivona could be on there. I think still that's the. We have a long time since we last have an investigation of some incidents. So yeah, that's the first incident for quite some time. Jafari Blackwood, he's just all on his own now. 11 seconds lead over Bivona and Ankaya. So we may see what will happen next if Bivona gets a penalty. Well, that means that Ankaya will get a rewarded 2nd place now at this point, if he could stay within the 5-second range, or whatever the range that the stewards will give them. But it's just beyond insanity at this point. But you see lap 11 of 21 now. So here we go now, Brown in 4th place, and then Plebs, after he thought that he was going to be a damage limitation race, turned out to be his good race now at this point. But now here we go now, Petrosian is not making Sepp Plebs' life getting any good here, trying to go down the inside, into the hairpin he goes. Is he successfully completing the move? No! Plebs still trying to come around down the inside. They're just so close, between inches from the track and the grass. Petrosian has the inside line. Plebs trying to go around the outside. He still defends it fiercely into the spoon corner. But no, Plebs has to settle for 6th for now. There we go now. Lithin Pasalic also making up some grounds here. Overtake around the outside of Flonjo Wilson. He does overtake her, and now goes up into 7th place. Both of the Force India drivers, and they're making up 10 double digits overtakes here. So they're now up into 7th and 4th respectively. So now because now Lithin Pasalic has a little bit of edge in front of Plebs. No. staying behind him. You just stay right behind him as much as possible, either to buying the time, buying to make a mistake, try to make him have a mistake. You see there, 2 retirements there, Simon Vitt and Miss Johnson is not really happy for the collision. Especially Miss Johnson, who is fighting for the championship, but yeah, what a disappointing week for him. It could have gone down to be easy weekend to stretch out the championship points gap, but now it's really a terrible feeling for him, isn't it? But for Nkaya, this is going to be an absolute opposite for Mitch Johnson. For Mitch Johnson, he will be delighted, but he has to complete the whole race to get that to earn the podium there. But now here he goes. Now Jafari Blackwood, looking fine. Anything happened to him. But there you see. Last race he scored a podium in 2nd place. Now he's gonna score, and that's pretty much the replication of Livin Pasalik's first 3 races that he going in here in IWTR's World Football Series Season 3. Because if you could see, I mean, his first race, he didn't score any points. He scored 11. He scored 11 plays for Jafari Blackwood back at the Turkish Grand Prix. And then in 2nd place, he could score a podium in 2nd place. And then now, he's having a chance to score a freaking win on the 3rd try on his career. That seems like it's a pattern now at this point. But yeah, let's have. So we just have to wait and see if he's gonna complete the whole Grand Chelem yet or not. We'll have to wait and see. But the only thing that he needs is the fastest laps if he's gonna complete the Grand Chelem. But you can see now 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th, they're really close to each other. Here we go now. Brown still holds on in for 4th place. Pedro Jean just right behind him now in 5th place. A little bit of slight squabble here. Jostling for position. Here he goes now, and it's Pedro Jean losing a bit of time. And here comes now Plebs. He's just on behind him now, coming to the straight. Is he going to try to have a look on 150? Yeah, no, but he's quickly going to the inside. He has a couple of tenths behind him. Now to this tight chicane into turn 17 and 18. Now down into this corner, and it seems as though nothing still happens for him. Still stays in 6th for Sepp Plebs in the 2nd place in the championship, but as we see now, he goes now down the inside. Goes all over the Haley camp there, Livin Pasalik. As we've seen here. Oh, he lost a bit of traction coming off one of the S's in that corner with Andre Wilson. Looks to try to overtake Pasalik, but oh, there's a lot of bumps there on the track. Wilson doesn't quite manage to do it. Lap 14 of 21 now. It's getting real close. It is getting real close to the McLaren Honda. In the real life, it is quite a terrible car, I would say. But in this universe of IWTR, well, they're doing pretty okay, really okay, as it happens. And now here goes Blackwood, low on field. Same goes with Bivona, but I think Nkaya is going to stay out for 1 more lap. Now you see there Browns and Pedro Jean. Oh, I think Pasali is really close on Plebs. Back wing hits the curves that lose him a lot of time, and Blackwood is now going fastest lap 140 for 0-1-0 on his own. No slipstream helping or anything. But there you see now, it's pretty much a one single foul racing now at this point, but I'm not going to complain about it because it is quite hard to overtake in this corner, especially with the pit stop strategy that comes into play as well. But I just hope that there won't be any crashes that will be happening. So Blackwood, just don't try to jinx it unless if he, well, we're just not going to curse anyone here. So goes now. Because players, if it stands like this, he will score 8 points, which that means he will move up 6 points in front of Mitch Johnson. As it happens now. So he's currently standing second place as usual. He's only 2 points behind. So if he gets 8 points, that means he will go up in P1, but only 6 points gap in front of Mitch Johnson. So he might have to gain a few more if he wants to get a better advantage. Gain a few more positions on the track. In the pit lane, I guess. So because now Blackwood I think he's gonna slow down in the next lap that he will go into the pits. Because now coming off just the final corner now, and it just looks at that, they're flying faster. Goes 140.245. Now he's going to the pits in this lap. Same goes with Vivona, I think. No! Oh, never mind. Yes, he is pitting this lap. What's setting Kaya though? Staying out for one more lap. This is crucial for setting Kaya. You don't want to do. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. Brown, he's pitting this lap. Pedrojan also going the same route as Ankaya. Same with Pasalic and Plebs and Anderson as well. Yeah, do you see Wilson and Tormella pitting in this lap. Brown staying. Brown is also coming in this lap. There you see there Adiabak is in 16th place. And Walter Wagner has to fight against Premier Poacher for 17th place. They're lonely down into the bottom of the track. Bottom of the field. Dylan Hope in 15th place. Dobro Zarjevic in 14th. Not doing good so far for the Serbian driver. As his debut sounds right now, he hasn't scored any points. He's still quite far back in the midfield. Pasrazos gaining a couple positions to 7 positions up from the starting spot in 20th. Matthew Falcon in 12th. Farina in 11th place. Anderson still doing okay. Not messing around though until Mella into the pits now. Here he goes. Blackwood into the pits. Bivona comes in behind him. Now, Ankaya, he's gonna try to nurse his field to stretch out into the next lap. In the next lap, there you see there. Petrojan also pitting in this lap. And then side by side to the first corner there. Plebs trying to go down the inside on the Force India. You wouldn't normally see that. Matthew Falcon now takes the fastest lap, but there you see now. Plebs into 3rd place. Just about to get pinched on. Liffy Pasalic! Oh! Round goes Liffy Pasalic into the. He hits the curves quite severely, and that gives him a. Yeah, there we see. Oh, it's just gone wide. Oh no! Ah. Gut wrenching there for Liffy Pasalic there. Here you see there. It's turned way too much. Oh! Yikes. Big yikes there for the German driver. Made a mistake there. And there he goes. Rejoins back in 8th place. Nobody crashing behind him. And there you see Blackwood's in 9th now. But he's going to be held up by a little bit by the lap car, the lap pitting cars that they're gonna come. Brown's just coming 12th. You see Flunger Wilson in 13th, to Amel in 14th, Hope in 15th. And it goes down setting Kaya, leading the race at this point. And I think he will have enough chance. I just hope that he doesn't gonna get any held up by anyone. There he goes now. You can see Blackwood just rounds into the spoon curve. Spoon corner. Here he goes. And Kaya into the pit he goes. Let's just hope that he doesn't make any mistakes in the pit lane. If he wants to get any chance. Oh, comes to the pit lane. Not doing so good. There you see the Blackwood in 9th place. Watch out for him. Here he goes. He's in a quick stop there. So it'll not be too far. 6.02, and he's coming out very quickly there. 6.02, that's a quick stop from the Mercedes crew. Would be enough. There you see now. Blackwood, he will stay in 1st place, but in 2nd place, who is it gonna be? There you see Pivona just coming out in front, and Kaya will stay in 3rd place. Plebs, meanwhile, he jumps Petrojan. Goes up into 5th place. Let's see as well. Wilson, please don't hit him. Yep, nothing happens, and we just have to be very careful. Do this corners. Oh, back is giving a little bit of goosebumps there. Almost hitting. I think there was a force in there. Prim Bilch gets a fast lap time now. Oh man, that was so close to contact, but seems like the top 5 maybe have been confirmed now at this point. Maybe not the top, maybe not the 5th place, maybe top 4 has been confirmed the positions. They only have 4 or 5 laps to go now at this point. So there you see now Plebs. Oh no, and that's another wreck there into the hairpin corner. I think Wilson just disaster there. Now Plebs, he has to gain a couple more positions now. That because of Wilson. Goodness me. Oh, no brakes for Wilson. You can see there on the onboard camera. She was just doing just fine until this moment happens. Oh. And she hits the back of that Red Bull so hard. And you see Plebs and Wilson just about to rejoin into 10th and 12th respectively. But Plebs, after all that hard work, he was going up in 5th place, has now gone down. He needs to score 9th if he's gonna tie the points with Mitch Johnson. That means he has to get through Luca Farina. But Farina, if he's gonna give that position to him, oh, hit the cuts. Oh man, that was just gut wrenching. That was it, perhaps. But I mean, I don't know if Christian Horner's gonna tell the team principal of the Toro Rosso that he's gonna let him by, but now he's being under attack now by Idea Backers, but he has to go into the pit lane and this lap, so he won't be able to attack him, I think. But now, 3rd place, that's actually 5th place, is now going to Zora Petrojan now at this point. So he can get 10 points, which that means I think he will be tied. Actually, no, not tied, really. Not really tying. He's just only about 3 points behind Mitch Johnson. But now you can see Plebs just absolutely deep. I don't know, man, but Plebs, he had that 5th place on hand, but I guess the lady luck wasn't there, I think. Here he goes now, Lithium Pasalik is being held up by the lapped in guys, which is Diabakis. Now Glazos might have a chance to go for the move on the spoon curve. No, still a couple of laps left. Lap 19 out of 21. Now it's 2 to go here at the Suzuka circuit. Blackwood still trying to look for a better performance lap time to get himself in for the fastest lap, but I don't think that might happen. But there he goes now, Plebs, getting real close. Getting pretty close to the Toro Rosso car of Luca Farina. There's no team orders that have been made between Toro Rosso and that Red Bull to let plebs by. I guess the team's not playing safe at this point. Yeah, see Azerbaijan now. If he's gonna finish like this in 5th place, then we get 10 points, which that means he will only have 3 points gap between him and Mitch Johnson. But if Plebs is gonna finish like this, he only have 1 point in front, just behind Mitch Johnson. But yeah, so we see now. There goes now Plebs trying to gain another time on the Toro Rosso driver. Just really close now. And there we go. It's now coming off the spoon curve now into the straight, and that puts through into 130R. He's game. Let's have a look on board with him. Oh, hits the curves a little bit. I think he might line up a good shot here. Here we go, 7/10 away. One lap to go now. Final lap. Could he be able to catch up the Toro Rosso to overtake? We're not going to stay on board with him for long because I have to look for the celebratory victory there for Jafari Blackwood as well. Here he goes now. Oh, hit the curves there. That could be a problem there for him. But still, let's. He's still trying to catch up there for Plebs. Could he be able to though? Getting close now, real close, real close. There's 6/10 of a gap. Six-tenths of a gap. Now it's about. Now we're into the braking zone. Still not enough just yet. But now let's see on the front here. Here he goes. Blackwood rounds off the final corner. He will replicate Liffin Pasalik's success as he wins the Japanese Grand Prix here at the Suzuka circuit. Akati Bavona goes into second place, but Zeden Kaya, congratulations to him. You have won your first podium here for the your IWTR career. But now we see now, seems as though Plebs not gonna get P9. He will finish in P10. Look at back there, you can see Henry Jack Brown will finish in 4th place after a monster recovery there for both him and Liffin Pasalik. But for Pasalik, a little bit obviously going to be disappointed because of him being spun out while battling with Sepp Plebs. Azerbaijan will finish in 5th place. A decent points finish for him, but then Dylan hoped. And Adiabak assists the fastest lap time of the race, 139.813, and Pilch setting another fastest lap time now. So, yeah, but Dylan hoped, congratulations to him as well. Finish a decent score for him, 6th place, 10 hours and 7th. Noor Surmella will finish in 8th. Decent performance as well for the Mana drive, Mana Mercedes. Sorry about that. Mana Marussia driver. Why am I stupid? Yeah, what a Mana Marussia driver. A job well done for him. Luca Farina will finish in 9th place as he holds off his colleagues back at the main team, Red Bull, Sepp Plebs. I don't think he will be happy about that, but I think those two might not be happy to be there because of the championship hunts that came through. Liffin Pasalik just off from the point scoring positions in 11th place. Panox Glazos, decent recovery from not even setting out any lap times on the qualifying up to 12th place. Zlatko Durubozerjevic average race for him. Still trying to learn his craft still for Slacko. And Matthew Falcon finishing 14th place. Diabakis momentarily had almost have a fast lap on his hand, but that man replaced still by Prim Bilt, who finished 17th. And Walter Wagner had a crash earlier on at the first couple of laps, and he finished in 16th place. And then you see Follinger Wilson, who had a crash with Plebs, has to settle for 18th place, which is the last person to finish the race. As you see there, Mitch Johnson and Simon Vince, utter gutted for those two guys, especially Mitch Johnson, who is still in the title hunt as well. But that will alter the situation a little bit at this point. So yeah, so we'll hope that they will continue on to do some decent performance in the next race at the Canadian Grand Prix, which is the next one that we're going to, by the way. Yeah, your winner for the Japanese Grand Prix, it is Jafari Blackwood. His third race in his IWTR career. He won it, doing the same thing as Livin Pasalic does a couple of races back. So yeah, and plus with Senan Kaya, finally he has got what he's been looking for after all these races that he'd gone through. Changing the car helped him a lot. Not for his teammate though, Diabakis, but still finish on a damage limitation wise. But as for Senan Kaya, that will be quite a enormous achievement for him. And yeah, that's it for the IWTR Wolf of the Series Season 3 Round 12 of 14 here at the Japanese Grand Prix at the Suzuka circuit. Next round, we are heading to... Well, next round we're heading to... I already said that, but so... We're heading to the Canadian Grand Prix for the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. That place is another historical track, as it is on the tail end of the season now. We'll only have 2 rounds left to go for the IWTR Wolf of the Series Season 3. So come join us to ride if you like to. So that's it. That's the end of broadcast. So if you like this kind of content and wanted to see more of these content, make sure to subscribe to the International World Tour Racing channel. You can give a like, a share, or subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these contents that will be coming to you in the future. And if you'd like to join this league, I'll put the Discord link in the description below. And that's it for me today. I've been Pauser, your host and your commentator, signing off for today. Goodbye.